Wealth Building Rockstar here, and I'm here to show you how I went from negative 6K in credit card debt to now about 400K in net worth. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more. If you haven't watched my intro, I'm Erica Clayton. I'm a full-time entertainment wardrobe costumer person, and I started my wealth journey about 2019. All of 2018 was spent on research because, when you're first starting, you're so scared. And I just felt like I was not ready to invest. So researching all the type of investments that are out there, peer-to-peer lending, real estate, REITs, crypto, just everything possible, and see what was the least scary for me. And that starts my journey, but I didn't start really investing and then making money and putting it into things until 2019. And it's already only 2022, so you could literally build 400K net worth in 3 years, even less than that, honestly. My journey started when I don't know if you guys are entertainment people, but I'm gonna make videos about that as well, because I feel like our industry is so closed off, and then you get here when you want to be in it and you're like, whoa, I didn't know what that was. I didn't know what that job was. I didn't know that job was possible. Whatever. But I started off as an office PA, which is a production assistant, and I was making $200 a day. And I worked pretty often. So I was making about $1,000 a week, 45, 50K a year. And then I joined the wardrobe union, and then my salary pretty much doubled. It went to $450 a day, and I was making about 80, 90K, and then I started getting higher paid wardrobe jobs at like $600,000 a day, and then we've been going up from there. Now I probably make around 130 to 110K a year, depending on, I'm freelance. I do mostly commercials, so like this week I booked 1 day of work because I don't want to work this week, and the next week, or for like last month, I worked every day. So it depends on how much I work, how many vacations I take, etc. So anyway, once I joined the union, I started making obviously a lot of money, or twice as much money. So I wound up paying off my credit card and saving money. And I had first 10K saved with my credit card debt, and I just paid it off at once. Because with interest, I would put 250, 400, 500 on my credit card a month, and it literally wouldn't go down because the interest on the 5.5K now was still just so high. It like ate up that 400, 500 like payment I was making every month. So that's why, honestly, with credit card debt, just literally save enough to pay it off in total. Because if you have like 18K, 20K, 25K credit card debt, like you're paying 500 a month, like it's not it. Like you're gonna pay like 2 grand a month. You know what I'm saying? So just keep that in mind. But getting rid of bad debt is literally the first step in the wealth journey. You literally have to get rid of your credit card debt. The car payment is not terrible, depending if it's like 3%, 5%. If it's over 5%, pay that car off. But I did. I paid my car off. I haven't had a car payment in like 4 years. Buy my car is cash now. Paid my car off, got rid of my credit card, and got rid of all my debt. So that at that point, all the money I was making, it was mine. All the money I was making, and then like I said, my doubled, and then my wealth grew again, like 50%. Not doubled, but I went from like making 90 to like 130, 150 a year. So then I was banking and saving all that money. And then I got to a point where I'm like, I have so much money in my bank account, like it just cannot sit here. I need to learn how to invest. So I took all that research I was doing, and then I started with Acorns because it's the safest, easiest, most friendly investment app, I think. And I think everyone should have it to start off. Acorns is bomb.com, and it starts with rounding up your payments and investing them in the app. And you can set your risk level to risky, less risky, average, below average, things like that. I'm always setting it to risky. I'm in my 20s. If you're in your 20s, you should always be setting it to the highest risk level. Like go balls to the wall. Like you might die tomorrow, get sick or whatever, but the goal is like you are young, you have more time to spend and risk, because you have so much life ahead of you, so much job promotions ahead of you, that you should be making it risky AF, like dead ass. But anyways, so I did that. When I had my first $1,000, I switched that to Wealthfront. Wealthfront is who I still use today. Wealthfront is my favorite robo-advisor. It's been my favorite robo-advisor for like 5 years, and it was just voted in 2022 the best robo-investor or advisor out there. So please get Wealthfront. And then I work in an industry where we get catered meals on set. We get our mileage reimbursed if we drive for work. And we work 12, 14, 18, 20, like the longest hours of my life. So I don't really spend my money. All my paychecks are just getting invested. I take food home from work. I get my gas reimbursed. And I am so tired usually. I don't really go out that often. I don't really go out spending money. I come home and I go to sleep. I live below my means, even though I do live in a luxury apartment, but I don't drive a fancy car. I don't go out and have expensive dinners all the time. I do a little more than I need to. But I really, like I said, just stay in the house. Leftovers, I barely buy groceries, and I just save so much money. So I was just investing that in wealth front and wealth front and wealth front. And there's a point where my wealth front just blew up, like thanks to Biden, Kamala Harris getting elected. The stock market went really crazy and it just jumped up. I think COVID helped that as well. And I used that to buy my first house. I live in LA. I bought my first house in Atlanta. I bought a house for $260,000 and now it's worth $350K in less than a year. So that's just already $100K of wealth I've built plus that $200K of wealth. I have tenants in there now who pay my mortgage and I make money off of them as well. Like they pay me more than my mortgage payment. So I'm making money passively from real estate as it's going up in value, and it's a tax benefit. So it's literally a triple homicide. So buy a house. And I'm gonna make a video of how you can buy a house in another state without even seeing it. I saw my house only once because the tenant is someone I know, so I can like pull up there and I want and say, hey, and I've been back to Georgia once since I bought the house. So I've literally seen my house once, like literally, and I saw it like 6 months after I already bought it. So I'm gonna have a video later about how to buy a house in the city you don't live in. And then after I bought my house, during COVID, I learned how to trade stocks. I got into the stock market because during COVID, I don't have a job that's remote. I work on set. I work on movie sets, TV sets, commercial sets. I'm not one of the people in the Netflix office, like a lot of my friends who still had jobs during COVID. My job was, we were not doing set, we were not shooting because obviously high risk of spreading COVID. So I was out of a job for like 3 to 4 months. So I just started getting to the stock market. And my first year in the stock market, I made $30K. So that literally made up for like all the money I was losing from not working. And I will make a video on that as well. So subscribe to the channel and you'll see all these videos. But yeah, after making $30K in the stock market, with buying my house and it going up in value and making passive income on that, I was on unemployment and still making a decent amount of money. And I went back home with my parents to live below my means. So I wasn't spending a lot of money in LA still. And just keep investing, keep on investing, keep on investing, making more money, passive income, more active income. And in less than 2 or 3 years, I have now 400K in net worth and it's growing on my road to $1 million while having my job, even though I was out of a job for a few months. So it's very doable, just being consistent on wealth front, buying at the right time, putting in all your money and letting compound interest do its job. It will always do its job. Buying more assets like real estate or starting a side hustle, whatever your version of an asset is. And it's just that simple. So you need to research what's best for you because maybe real estate isn't your thing, but crypto is your thing. Maybe options trading is your thing. Swing trading is your thing. Maybe buying cars and put them on tour is your thing. But either way, use that money you're investing to buy assets because they'll make you money to buy more things. Again, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.